Hi, I'm Erin Luktansky, and I'm reading for Priscilla. That Samantha Power soapbox was insane. The most self-absorbed speech I've ever seen. USA is good, Russia's evil. We've heard this before.
What are you talking about? The Assad regime has been brutally killing his people since 2011. In 2015, the Russians joined, and since then it's been the most heinous thing happening on the planet. Targeting civilians, executing relatives of rebels.
I'm glad you mentioned in September.
Let me finish. White helmet rebels have reports of them targeting hospitals. Not just Assad's regiment doing this, Russian planes.
It's a fog of war.
What?
Fog of war. This is one narrative for the story. There's competing narratives.
Not at all. Human Rights Watch says so. It's been going on for a long time.
Let me finish, okay? Fog of war, it's really hard to get accurate information, and there's no one on the ground there getting these testimonies other than the white helmets, and of course they're gonna say that to topple Assad. It's very selective reporting. This is just another humanitarian crisis that's actually regime change.
Insane.
You mentioned September 2015. Obama wants to work with Russia to eradicate certain terrorist groups. The Department of Justice sabotaged the deal, and then all of a sudden, we're calling these terrorists rebels and we're helping them? Face it, we're arming terrorists to topple Assad. It's just another proxy war.
We're not targeting civilians.
Well, the Al-Qaeda, al-Nusra terrorists are. Look, we both know shit happens on both sides, and you're not stupid. You have this inkling toward humanitarian issue, but we both know what's going on. Russia and Syria liberated Palmyra from ISIS. Why didn't we? Aren't we there fighting ISIS? No. We're there fighting another proxy war with Russia. It's about land and pipelines and resources, and the real threat to peace is not there. It's in DC. We're too entangled in this sweaty shithole, and we can't get our hands out of it.
That's damn right, it's a proxy war. You know how this shit works. The sand pit. All those damn sand pits out there, they're filled with dictators, insane radical Muslims slaughtering civilians. And yeah, if we go in and stop a dictator, there's going to be a lot of blood. A lot. So I can understand your skepticism about everything being a humanitarian issue. We've been through that. But like I also said earlier, I'm talking about the grand scheme.
Oh, please enlighten me as to what's at the end of this tunnel.
The game, the real war, the war between democracies like ours that aren't perfect, NATO countries built after the Second World War. Freedom, being able to speak, being able to be able to dissent, being able to burn a fucking flag. The war between that and Russia. Putin, a dictator who would intervene just as much as us if we didn't get there first. You want him going in there? Because that's what the sandpit is. Whoever controls the sandpit controls the oil. Whoever has the oil has the power.
What if we worked with them, right? We didn't see them as an enemy. We found that common interest.
You can't trust them. You give them an inch, they'll be further in the sandpit, and the next thing you know, they'll invade.
Do you think your Cold War mentality is what's best for the rest of us, for the world? I know it was hard growing up with a victim of the Soviet Empire, but that Cold War is over. Your mentality is what's causing a new one, with more nukes at play, and it's paranoia, and it's insane. This country is not God. You tell me that we have no faith in our leaders, but you have no faith in people. People in those countries, people in Russia, to have self-determination, to find a level of democracy on their own without us bashing them over the head with millions of innocent lives being lost.
That's a pretty idealistic way.
No. You are the idealist, looking to the leaders of Freedom USA to know what's best for the rest of us? That's sappy idealism. Russia is a reactor. And you know what? They reacted pretty well after 9/11. They gave us soldiers for our wars, and they gave us intelligence.
Because they had to. Now that they have power, they're going to want to spread their authoritative dictatorship wherever they go.
What did we do? We expanded NATO, went against what we promised them in 1990?
Better us than them because they'll...
And we're involved in what now? 9 countries across the whole fucking desert? On top of expanding NATO?
We're helping those countries. We don't intentionally target civilians like the Kremlin strategists operate, okay?
Yes, we do. We've both seen it.
They aren't orders from a dictator to bomb hospitals and kill children.
The atrocities matter. The Kremlin may have more direct communication with the military, and yeah, we're more decentralized, but the atrocities happen and the orders are given.
We don't murder journalists. We don't kill dissenters. We don't target children. We don't
Intent? We gave those orders. I went into buildings. Give me
War
2
is
things.
war.
2 clicks west. I knew that there was a high-level Iraqi lieutenant
Let me
in that
finish.
building. And the Iraqis that we were fighting, they kept post in that building. And they kept screaming, Alibaba, Alibaba, waiting for me to make the call. They were screaming so loud over the motors. So I made the call. It was my AOR team. We went in. I ripped into everything that I could. And I shut up the walls with the fucking family photographs framed on the wall. And there they were, the Alibaba. 2 or 3 families laid out on the ground like a Holocaust corpse. And they were scared. They were huddled together with the 3-year-olds and the 5-year-olds underneath because the parents and the granddaddies and the brothers wanted to make sure that they didn't get killed. But with the weapons that we had, no, there was death and blood and destruction and guts all over spewing in my face. I saw too much there. I did too much. What you call is good, it's not good, is rotten. You can go say that it's just or whatever you want to do, just go drink. You're gonna end up just like your dad. Drink and stay paranoid of Russia.
Hey, calm down, okay? It's okay.
You're not content? Please, you're gonna end up like your dad and such a load of shit.
Don't project your problems, okay?
You know what? Fuck you.
What about you? Doing all these anti-war events, telling all these soldiers what they did meant nothing, putting yourself on a high horse, what does that, take the pain away?
Fuck you.